Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Chatting with Chops. This is Karen here, and we're going to try and make vegan brownies one more time. I have showed you in previous videos, and I'll make sure I put a link somewhere in here that shows you previous times where I've tried changing a regular recipe to vegan and it doesn't always work. I mean, baking is a science, so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I think this one might lend itself to being vegan easier, but we're gonna give it a try, so let's get started. All right, so the first thing we've got going on is we have all of our ingredients measured out. You see there's not a whole lot to this recipe. We have our oven preheating at 350 degrees. And then what this recipe has asked us to do, instead of making square brownies, we're gonna make round brownies. So I put my little muffin tin liners into my muffin tin and I've got it ready. And now we're gonna prepare the batter. So the first thing we want to do is put our melted vegan butter, which is a half a cup of vegan butter, into our bowl. So what we've done is we've taken flaxseed meal, 2 tablespoons of flaxseed meal and 5 tablespoons of water, and we've put it in a bowl and we've had it resting here for about 5 minutes just to kind of rehydrate the meal. It doesn't look very appetizing, but this is supposed to be a vegan egg. And now we're gonna put in our vegan egg, and then we're gonna put our sugar, which we have 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Put that in there, which we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So I'm using vanilla bean paste. Got that in there. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our baking powder, which we have 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. So we're going to put that in there. We're going to put in our cocoa powder, which we have 1/2 a cup of cocoa powder. Whew, that made a nice little flop. All right, now we're going to stir that up real quick. You know, sometimes you're in the middle of a job and realize you don't have the right tool. I think a spatula would be better for this. All right. So I think we've got everything stirred in really well. Now we're going to add our flour, which we have 3/4 of a cup of regular flour. I'll put that in there, and now we're going to stir that in. Okay, we got an arm workout this morning. All right, we got all that flour mixed in. Now we're gonna add in our add-ins. You can put walnuts or pecans or hazelnuts, any kind of nut in this brownie, just like a normal brownie. Actually, I'm gonna add in some vegan chocolate chips. Just to give it an extra chocolatey punch. Okay. All right. Oh, that looks lovely. Hopefully these are gonna turn out all nice and yummy. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna scoop this batter into our muffin tin cups. Let's see how that's gonna go. It says to fill them up about 3/4 full. So I think I'm just gonna start out with a little bit. This is very, very sticky. And see how it goes. I usually try to make my recipes the actual quantity larger and make the items smaller. That way it's more of a bite-sized taste, and you cut down on the calories a little bit that way. And of course it makes more. Now if you want monster brownies, or you know, you just want a few, well, there's nothing wrong with that either. So we've got them all filled up. So now I'm just going to go back and fill some of the smaller ones up a little bit more. Try to make them kind of evenly done. The more even they are, the easier it'll be for them all to bake about the same length of time and be done at the same time. All right, we got them all ready. Now we're going to stick them in the oven at 350 degrees, and we're going to cook them for about 20 to 26 minutes until they start to pull away from the sides and spring back like cake. Okay, so we cooked them for 350 degrees, and I cooked them for about 25 minutes. Uh-oh. And this is kind of what they look like. They kind of look like chocolate muffins to me, but this recipe wanted them in muffin tins, so we did. So I'm just gonna let them sit here and cool completely, and then we'll try one and see how they taste. All right, so let's try our vegan brownie mix. I took the little muffin cup paper off of it, and that's how it turned out. Looks more cakey than the other one. So let's try it. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's much more cakey than the other one was. The other one was really gooey and fudgy. That has a much better cake consistency. A little bit drier, but that one's super yummy. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all on the next bake.